we touched on him last week, but it wasn't really, I'm sorry, last segment. It wasn't really about him, but you can't talk about Ja Rule. Their careers are intersected without talking about this gentleman here.
Yeah.
Now, they go hand in hand. You can't. But the thing with this guy and with 50 Cent, I'm talking about hip hop's king troll. When I think of a guy like 50 Cent, I think of a guy that says, I look at him and I say, you know what? Here's a guy that's never been considered the greatest lyricist, never been considered the greatest rapper. I look at a guy that has sheer determination and grit. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get it no matter what at all costs and be fearless. And as life has moved on and he's went on and done great things with the stars and a show and all of that, where do you think hip hop will place 50 Cent? What will be his legacy? Because the music, I'm gonna be honest, last stuff he dropped I've heard, I wasn't impressed. It ain't sounding too good. But when he was hungry and that boy dropped that goddamn Get Rich or Die Trying in '03, B Cox, the man, came through Chicago and we was all in on 50 on 50 Cent. Man. We was all in.
Yeah.
And I remember that energy, that
Yeah.
hunger. So as you go through his discography, B Cox, and the major records we got, and we just opposed them briefly to Ja Rule last time. How will hip hop's king troll be remembered, man? Will it be for the trolling or will it be for the bars?
I think he'll be remembered for the bars. Now, let's also caveat with this.
All right.
From the beginning, 50 has been somebody who has been known to walk the line, like what Charlie Murphy say, habitual line stepper. He's willing to do that, right? Even from the beginning in '99, when Power of a Dollar was supposed to come out, and then all the stuff happened with, him getting shot and the legal troubles, and then the label basically not deciding to put out the record. He had beefs. The one with Ja, we know was there. He had beef with Sticky Fingers. He had a very short-lived beef with Jay-Z, or tried to pick a short-lived beef with Jay-Z. And then Jay kind of ended it because he had to Be a Gentleman, which was on the mixtape that he had, that he went after Jay. And then Jay basically ended it with one bar. And that was, I'm about $1 with
Dollar, who the fuck is 50 Cent? Like, what are we talking about here, bro?
And that was the end of that. But he's had other feuds, feuds with Nas, obviously famous one he's had right now with Rick Ross, within his own label with Game, and that's been back and forth for a while. But he's known for all those high profile feuds, and it's the feuds not just in the game, but the feuds in life that kind of help make his legacy. Ultimately, a big part of his legacy will be is that he's hip hop's one of its biggest perseverance and comeback stories, even before anybody knew who he was. Okay. The fact that the shooting happened and that pretty much added to his legend and legacy, that he walked away from that and was able to live from that. That and the talent that he had, dropping those mixtapes that he had, getting onto Shady and Aftermath, working with Eminem and Dr. Dre, putting out, probably behind Doggy Style, one of the biggest debut albums to ever come out. Literally, you look it up. It's Doggy Style and it's Get Rich or Die Trying, right? And it was such a big record, such a monster record, something that stayed with us for so long that it launched really the careers of at least 3 to 4 different other people afterwards. This launched G Unit. I mean, this helped to make some G Unit something that became a hip hop household name as far as a crew. It helped to launch the career of Lloyd Banks and gave us the avenue from Lloyd Banks. It gave us Young Buck. It gave us and let us know who Tony Yayo was. It also opened up the door to show us who the hell Game was, right? So what 50 did is what he always did when he was in the streets as a hustler. He basically did what he knows what hustlers do. He hustled and found a way in. He found a way to get that product, took it and flipped it, and then he took it and flipped it again. Then he took it and flipped it again. His career became an opening for G Unit. G Unit gave us 4 big acts that had 4, or at least 3 of them that had 3 monster debut albums. In The Hunger for More, Straight Outta Cashville, and the documentary. It was huge. His own albums to follow up, Get Rich or Die Trying, The Massacre, and Curtis. Big records. Big records. And then then people see that he becomes a little bit more marketable. You get more brand deals coming in through it. Eventually, he starts signing athletes to G units, coming up with G unit shoes, getting the vitamin water deal, which is what basically made him from I'm a multimillionaire to I'm damn near in that elite club of people who are wealthy, not just rich, but I'm wealthy.
Right.
And what that has opened up the opportunities for him to do now is look at the things he has done production wise. With we talk about, Den of Thieves, which was, something that he's involved in production wise. All the other things that he's on, the movie that he did, Things Fall Apart, the Get Rich and Die Trying movie, which is basically a biopic, in dramatic form.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Power Universe, which started with an idea and has gotten so big now off of a storyline where it's like, okay, 50 has done and created something basically all starting from just one seed of this being it. The start of his rap career has now made it into where he has his hands in so many different pots now. And he's getting into that, as we talked about previously, LL Cool J, like mogul type status and being involved in many different things. And that's a good thing to have.
Right.
Now, unlike LL Cool J, the other part of this legacy that 50 has is that he continues to be a petty ass fool.
Petty.
He continues to hold on to things and continues to keep, we're looking for the next thing to provoke. As I say, I wrote down in my notes, he is, when he's gotten involved in entertainment and all this stuff with television and production, it seems as though he went and took the entertaining route as well with the way he wanted to be with his presence online. So he does all this trolling on IG posts and with memes and with comments and videos and going lives, attacking all those people, most of them I just mentioned, as far as who he has beefs with. And calls people out and comments on things that obviously he, probably shouldn't have any business commented on, but he's going to do it because he feels like he can, right? And if you get a certain status for 50, you kind of feel like you're kind of untouchable. So you're going to be like, what really can you say about me or do to me? Because here's also the thing about 50 and his trolling, right? Everybody knows you can't out troll him.
No.
You can try if you want to, but if you're going to try, you better be ready to play the game and play the long game, because he's petty. He's petty as hell, and almost nothing for him is below the belt. He is willing to go just about as low as you think someone can go when it comes to calling people out. I done seen him call out Lizzo. I seen him talk about Melissa Ford. I seen him talk about all these different people out there. He'll call folks out, man. So that's got to be his legacy too. But if you look at 50 and his origins, all the stuff you talk about with Sticky and with John, all these beefs, man, this is who 50 has been. This is nothing new. He is going to toe the line and play things the way he wants to play them and see who's going to be willing to play along with him. And if, like I said, if you're going to try to play, you better be willing to play the long game, because one thing we all know about it, if you're dealing with petty people who don't give a fuck, hey, you already know. They'll ride that bad boy till the wheels fall off. And then even after the wheels fall off, they're going to ride the studs until them bad boys grind in the dust. They're going to keep going until ain't nothing left to go. That's it.
Because my only thing with him, man, is like, dude, at some point, let the shit go, man. I mean, it's like Irv Gotti that had a stroke and you still fucking with this man. Like, bro,
dude, man.
Like, let it go. You won. You won.
Yeah, federal indictment. He's still coming, and it's like, dude, like, stop. You're beating the horse is dead already. Let it go.
Let it go. And so that's my only thing with him. I don't mind a little petty because I got a little bit of that in me too. I don't mind. My moniker is I'm Petty Paul. Come for me, I'm gonna send Petty Paul for you. But at some point, then it becomes, hey man, now this is some other shit. You're going a little bit too far. But I agree with B-Cox what you said. All hip hop's probably, I guess you could arguably say, ultimate hustler. It's definitely been that.
Yeah.
But as well, man, as hip hop's king troll. So all that shit, he's the ultimate hustler that trolls you. So I guess that's his complex legacy. But to your point, this is nothing new.
Yeah. And one last thing I say about 50.
Go ahead, because
50 is not willing to let go of shit with his son. Kid's the oldest one. Then how in the hell do you think he gonna quit with everybody else?
Damn.
I mean, come on now.
Damn. If you drag your son
Yeah.
Oh, ain't nobody got a chance, Peacock.
Yeah. Well, you know, the only thing Floyd may have got a little bit of him because remember Floyd told him, he said he'd give him $500,000 if Floyd Reed a Cat in the Hat. And then Floyd said, I give you $1 million that you can get your oldest son to tell you that he love you.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know who told Floyd to say that, but that was good.
Hey, man.
Oh my God. 50 Cent, man, keep doing what you do, brother. It's great entertainment, but hey, man, it is what it is. All right, Peacocks, let's just circle